Hey guys, we're doing some rust resistance testing today. I'm a little bit under the weather, so probably won't be too many videos in the surrounding days, but I wanted to get this one out. What I've done is I've set aside 6 cups with the same amount of salt water in each of them from the same flask of salt water. It's all seawater level, so 3.5% salt in, so 3.5 grams per 100 mils of water. So yeah, we're going to use 6 different knives, and we're going to leave them overnight and see how they look after sort of 12 hours of saltwater exposure. So a very quick video, bit of a grungy video, not a great deal of production in this one, but there we go. Let's see how. We're mainly focusing on the BD1N steel from Spyderco, but I've got some interesting stuff, some Nitrobe77 that I'm having a look at as well. And then we're going to shove some CPM20CV, some S30V, some M4, poor M4, and I think one other steel, what was it? S110V, as requested by someone as well. So let's head into the kitchen and set that up. Leave it overnight and see what happens. Alrighty, morning has broken. Let's have a look at these knives. So the 20CV is looking pretty darn nice in there. The water is not taking on too much colour at all. S110 is leaking a little bit from its Spidey seal there. The laser etching definitely opens that steel up a little bit, but doesn't change the water colour too much. S30V is a little bit more on the creamy side on the water, I think. Just a little tiny bit of extra maybe coming off of the blade surface there. Yep, looks like it to me. Then the 110's got it. Yeah, it's all just coming from that Spidey hole though, that Spidey sigil. Moving along to there is just nothing happening with that steel at all. That is just not even started to rust. That's the Nitrobe77. BD1's definitely got a bit of a change of colour in it, the BD1N. So yeah, let's have a look if I can see. Oh yeah, geez, yep, there you go. Definitely rusting, so hey, I don't know. And poor old M4, I feel so bad for this knife. This knife is gonna go to the grey havens when it dies for sure. It's definitely earned some time with the elves. So there you go, let's get them all out and have a look at them all one by one. So that's the 20CV. Good, and just a tiny bit maybe on the tip. Very highly rust resistant steel. It's the same sort of steel as M390, just a different brand and off. Maybe a slight touch of difference in the recipe, but really often quoted to be basically the same steel. It's the S110V. So just leaking out of that Spidey seal really, and a few extra little dots have grown on the blade. So probably less rust resistant than the 20CV, but still definitely rust resistant. S30V, got the same thing happening with the Spidey hole, but it is also rusting on the surface there too, pretty decently. Oh yeah, there you go. That's salt water for you on most steel knives. So I'd say it's less rust resistant than both the 110V and the 20CV. Nitrobe. There is basically no carbon in this steel at all. The nitrogen forms nitrides that cut, and as you can see, there is absolutely nothing even approaching discoloration or any damage to that at all. So there you go. possibly the most stainless steel made. BD1N, lots of curiosity about this one here. So there we go. Okay, not as bad as I thought, just the sour watermarks leaked a little bit. Tiny bit of spot on the actual apex there, you can see, and also on the blade surface on that side, and then on this side you've got leaking a few more spots. So I would say it's a little bit more rust resistant than S30V, but a little bit less than the 110V and the 20CV. And then last of all, oh, this poor knife. My M4 testing bed is my mantra, and that's going to need a proper sharpen to get all out off the edge, I would say. Definitely the most rusting steel of all of them. So there we are. Now, this is the clear winner, this Nitrobe77. Absolutely crazy. And then I think I've got them in order of how much they rusted overnight in a saltwater solution, which is all from the same, poured from the same bottle, and then had the same amount in each cup, about the same amount of blade being covered. So there you go. I think that's a pretty decent result. I think, yeah, that's about as starting from least damaged here to most damaged here. You've got Nitrobe77, 20CV, S110V, BD1N, S30V, and M4. Taking a fat L as it usually does. Alright, just a quick video. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one, guys. Goodbye.